Hey everyone, it is Elson932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. We are in the King's Court. We are here for episode 3 of the King's Court. Make sure you have liked the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are commenting. We're pretty friendly around here, okay? We're pretty friendly. We like, to say hello to everyone. But if you want to be in the bushes, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But we are here for the King's Court. We will cover what happened on the episode. And y'all, Tyson is playing in my face. Tyson is playing in my face. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know how y'all feel about it. But Tyson playing around is getting on my nerves. But there is a poll. I will try to do a poll. Last time I forgot to end the poll. But I will try to do a poll about which of the dates with the gentleman would you prefer? So this week, Tyson was breakdancing. Okay. Next was Carlos was golfing. And then Titus, they call it fouling, which is a blend of football and bowling, where you throw the football, at bowling pins. So my thing was like every time I hit the pins, I gotta stand it back up. Oh, it was just too much for me. Just too much. But come in. Let me get this overlay. It is episode 3. These are our kings. And these are the ladies that are here. Now, what I tried to do is the ladies with the gold. They're the original queens from the first episode. And these ladies with the red and white, they are the most recent queens that came into the villa. Okay? Because we have some new queens tonight. We have 4 more queens. And if you remember the trailer, we're going to meet 21 queens. And we ain't at 21 quite yet. Okay? So these are the queens that are certainly there. And the ladies are talking about who left the house last time, walked out. Okay? It was Brookel and, geez Louise, I just lost her name. The 2 ladies walked out. And instead of being eliminated, they said, I am done with this. These fellas are playing in my face. So Tyson and Felicia go by the pool. She massages his back. Y'all see Felicia down there. She massages his back. And, he's telling her he wants to be locked in with her. I don't believe it. Do you believe that Tyson wants to be locked down with Felicia? Do you believe that Tyson wants to be locked down with anybody? Please put it in the chat, okay? Please put it in the chat. Hey, Debbie, glad to have you here. Hey, let's talk about it all. You just watched it? Chicago girl, glad to have you here. Do any of y'all believe Tyson wants to be exclusive or lock it down? Thank you. Thank you. Hey, let's talk about it all. He said, I want to lock down. No, he wants to lock down that regular massage at the pool. Okay? That's what he wants to do. He said dating like this, she said dating like this is awkward and weird, and to Sarah, these ladies seem thirsty. Felicia says she's going to go with Janae's strategy, and you see Janae in the corner. Janae's strategy is to be all up under her man all the time, which is Carlos. At the same time, Janae's talking to Carlos, and she kisses his forehead. Carlos, does ask her, do you want to get married? And they both chuckle. And I was like, yeah, Carlos, I ain't believing you. I believe in you. Okay. So we do have 4 new queens, y'all. Okay. At his big age. Thank you, Chicago girl. We do have 4 new queens. Okay. Let me put up the 4 new queens. These are the 4 new queens. And we're going to get their bio and we're going to talk about them because they are definitely new queens. And I don't know why they didn't just give us more than just the 4 at one time. So we're going to go with it, okay? So we have Catherine. Catherine is 50. She's in cybersecurity out of Detroit, Michigan. She's an empty nester, and she's ready to find her life partner. Now, she is a mom, and her daughter is actually in medical school. So she ain't trying to have no bambinos anytime. Demi, okay? Demi, who we have here, is the 34-year-old singer and producer out of New York City. And she, she's the musical artist that said the past relationships should often shrink her personality to make her partner feel comfortable. Oh, Oh, I felt that, Demi, when you said that. I felt that. Then we have Denitra. She's 35, an account manager out of Cumming, Georgia. I was like, there go another Georgia girl. Okay. So she's an account manager, and we're gonna learn more about Denitra. Then we have Tari. Okay. Tari is a model out of Atlanta, Georgia. She is 37. Y'all, the only thing about Tari I want to know is, who is Tari? Okay. Who is Tari? Hate to go to Africa. Glad to have you here. Who's Tari? Because on Tari's IG, I'm seeing all the clips before the episode even drops. Who is Tari that she's getting all the footage, or at least the footage she's in, and dropping it on IG ahead of time? It's screaming producer plant. If she's not a producer plant, it is telling me, Tari don't care about her contract. Tari don't care. She gonna get this footage out and be the first one with it. So Tari, I'm watching your IG. I mean, you gave me a few clips ahead of time, which I truly appreciate. But Tari girl, seeing all the clips ahead of the episode, yeah, it's Screaming Production gave you those clips. But those are the 4 ladies. Now, when we meet the ladies, they're at a wrestling gym. And first we see how Thaddeus becomes Titus. Titus is his alter ego when he's wrestling, but I prefer to call him Titus all the time. So, each of the ladies are told to go in the back and get a costume. Okay? And pick a name, and then pick something and how they are announced. Okay? So, y'all, I did appreciate seeing Tyson wrestle. I did appreciate it. Hey, Nesto, Shackle Shuffle, Walk of Shame. I did appreciate seeing Titus wrestle. It's been a while since I've seen that, so we gonna see it. But I have the pictures, y'all. That's why I was like chuckling. That's why if Shay B's in here, I was going, because I want to say some things, but I've got the pictures for y'all. But I need to reduce myself before I show you their pictures in who they are. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, these are the ladies. Let me take off your comments for right now from the screen. Hey, Miss Mad About Music. Okay, and pardon me if that's my dog. So these are the ladies, and these are the costumes they decided, and the characters they decided to portray. Okay, so Demi is Feline Fatale. Okay, that was the best picture I could get. She was in a whole cat suit with the high boots. Next up, Serenity is Denitra. And she says she does cosplay. And y'all, Denitra was working that costume. Then Catherine is Electra. She said she is 50 years old and she's a timeless woman. And her advantage is her experience. And Tari was last as Mystique. She said people are either scared of her or they are turned on. Y'all, she came out with a whip. Okay? She came out with Mystique came out with a whole whip, and she knew how to use it. That was the other thing I was looking at. She knew how to use that. Okay? Because even Tyson flinched a little bit. Tyson flinched when she cracked that whip. So that's what the ladies decided to put on, and those are the alter egos from, I guess from the wrestling that they decided to, take on. Not my cup of tea, but that's them. That's on them. Not my cup of tea, but that's for them to do. Okay? So after that, there's a mixer. The Kings have to pick one of the ladies to go on a date tomorrow, one of the new ladies. So Titus picks Serenity, who was Denitra. Tyson picks Electra, which is Catherine. And Carlos picks Demi. That means Tari was not chosen. And y'all, Tari didn't care that she wasn't chosen, okay? Tari was like, okay, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Tari was like, I'm here. I'm mixing and mingling even if I'm not chosen for a date. And I like Tari's attitude with that. Okay. She said every dog has his day. She gonna have her day. So not all the queens are there because they bring in the rest of the queens, but not all of them are there because some of them are under the weather. The ones under the weather are Janae, Kat, Sarah, and Edelweiss. And at the house, Janae is annoyed that she isn't there to supervise Carlos. Why do you need to supervise a grown man that you've only known for 2 days? You've known Carlos for 2 days. And you feel like you need to supervise him? I don't get it. I mean, don't block him. You need to be observing him. So at the end of the mixer, the kings have to ask 2 additional queens out on a date. So Tari does still go. She talks to Titus while he's talking to Ariel. He asked her to give him some time and she walked away. I was like, ooh, Titus knows how to gently tell a queen, be gone. But then Dr. Shawana walks up and I'm like, Titus, you can't breathe. This is why, you know what, Dr. Shawana doing what Janae would do, supervise. So Tari does hug Dr. Shawana, you know, and she then tries to rub the sugar off the corner of Titus's lips. And she tells Titus, maybe I should have licked that off just to get it right. And Titus was like, ooh, because, you know, Titus likes a lady that's a little bit forward. That's what he said. He used aggressive, but we ain't going to use that there. He likes a little assertiveness. He likes a lady to step forth and conquer. Yes, and let's talk about it. She's trying to keep him away from everybody. So Dr. Shawana said she's glad she did not come in this mixer with these costume ladies because, you know, they got scantily, you know, they're scantily clad and they showing everything. And I was like, Dr. Shawana, don't be like that. Please don't be like that. Come on now. So Carlos, y'all, says he is glad Janae is not there because now it lets him mingle properly and get to know the other queens. Carlos, stop playing in my face. Carlos, I believe you, but stop playing in my face. Because the last time, Carlos, that she was walking away to give you time, you asked, where are you going? She said, oh, I'm just going to get a water. It's okay. He's like, I'll go with you. Now, I understand. Yes, she wants to supervise. Yes, she's there. Her eyes will be on you. Yes, I understand. But Carlos, you ain't distancing yourself either when she gives you the chance. So again, Carlos, I'm sprinkling a little bit of salt on that excuse, but I understand. She's always up under you. So Felicia and Tyson, you know, hug it up, and, you know, Tyson asks Felicia to go on a date. Okay. Then Tyson asks Brianna, and Dr. Shawana is making jokes, and Brianna is talking about being the tall girl and how it's hard to find clothes that can fit you, you know, and I'm like, and you can't be, you know, picked up by a man because you're such a tall girl. Now, as part of the tall and plus size coalition, Brianna, you've been hanging with the wrong men. Brianna, you've been hanging with the wrong man. If that man can't lift you up, then maybe he's the wrong man. Okay. There are men that can lift you. Okay. So maybe where you're picking, you're in the wrong group. Because the right man can pick you up, Brianna. You know, come on now. So Carlos had told Titus that Brianna might be a good fit for him. And Titus goes and he does ask Brianna out on a date. Liliana takes another chance at Tyson. He likes her dress color. He brings up how days ago she really didn't like him because she was pestering him about him, you know, mixing and flirting. And she curves the question, y'all. I saw that, Liliana. You curved the question. Like you weren't standing there with Brickell chastising him about being all up in the face of the new ladies. But y'all, Tyson does rub the side of her booty. He does rub the side of her booty at that first mixer, okay? He does rub the side of her booty while Felicia's looking. While Felicia's looking on. Ariel does tell Titus that she was missing him today. Oh, girl, you just saw him. He only just left a few hours ago from the house. So for the picks, for the date, for the picks for the date, Titus picked Denitra, Brianna, and Ariel. No Dr. Shawana. No Dr. Shawana. Okay. Carlos, though, picked Demi, Steph, and Dr. Shawana. Tyson picks Catherine, Liliana, and Felicia. I was like, oh, snap. So Titus feels that Dr. Shawana was a little standoff at the mixer. She goes to Carlos to talk about it. And that's when Carlos had asked her on the date. And then Carlos, talks to, Stephanie because she's always so positive. But what I didn't like was that Carlos was shooing the other lady about talking about, her connection. But now he wants to talk about it. Now he wants to hear what was being said. Or now he has a listening ear because it's Dr. Shawana. So Tyson also has Felicia sitting on his lap. So two ladies come and sit on either side of Tyson, and then he has Felicia sit on his lap. Tari walks over and says, "Oh, this our man." And Tyson said, "Oh, I like you. I like you saying our man." Tyson, quit playing. Liliana decides she's going to sit across from them, but Tyson probably wanted her to share his lap, and she was like, mm-mm. And he's like, tells her, stop being feisty. I'm like, stop being disrespectful, Tyson. Yes, you are dating. You're supposed to be dating with intention, but you having one lady on your lap, others on each side of you, and now you want to squeeze me in? Liliana tells us in her confessional that easy girls are a dime a dozen. Y'all, these 4 new girls here, they do move in. Tyson hugs them while he's wet and glistening from the pool. Carlos does say that he missed Janae. I'm like, lies, because you told us in the confessional you were glad she wasn't there. And she says she has to figure out how to navigate this, okay? So we're going to go to the dates. I think most of these women expected to be fondled, groped, and sexualized when they came on this show. It's demeaning and disrespectful. Yeah, I don't think they expected that, especially since it's King's Court. Especially since it's King's Court, you're expecting the kings to treat you like queens. Hey, Just Rhonda 01, y'all. Just Rhonda 01 is also covering King's Court, and she got your housewives on lock, and she got all kinds of good stuff going on her channel as well. So make sure you check out her channel. Tyson's living his best life. Yeah, Tyson is just living it. He is just living it. So we go to the dates, and we have Titus's date. Okay, Titus's date. You remember he has Denitra, which is one of the new ladies. That's why her name is in green. We have Brianna and Ariel. Those were in the second group of ladies. That's why it's red and white. So I was like, oh, okay, we're mixing it up because remember, Tyson had said, why date all the previous ladies? Why date all the OGs when you can mix it up? So to go fouling, please make sure you do vote in the poll. The poll has all the 3 dates. Which one would you prefer? So to go to fouling, which is tossing a football at bowling pins. And my thing was, I really didn't want to be putting those bowling pins right back up there every single time you knock it down. I got to stand them up and make sure they don't knock each other off. Oh, no, not for me. But it's interesting. It's different. So Brianna steps up to be on his team. He's like, who's going to be on my team? And she's like, oh, me. Ariel thought she going to have a beat or a moment, but she said Brianna just stepped up. But y'all, remember Brianna had a hard time bouncing the basketball and just making some turns, but she did score the basket in the end. It was giving me, like, oh, our hand-eye coordination ain't that good. Well, she stepped up and Brianna brought it. She was tossing that football like she was made for it. Meanwhile, Ariel and Denitra, they couldn't throw. They couldn't throw. And Titus was like, oh, at least Brianna got that skills. She on my team. So that was their date. It was nice, good fun. It was really, really good fun. The next date, okay, we're going to talk about, because I'm going to leave, next day we're going to talk about is Mr. Playing around, Tyson. You see, Tyson got a lady from each of the cast. So Liliana was from the first group, Felicia is from the second group of ladies, and Catherine is from this new set of ladies. So they go breakdancing. Y'all, I didn't even write down why Tyson said breakdancing was close to him. He said it was part of a movie he did, and all well and good, but I'm sorry. Breakdancing as a date? Breakdancing. Y'all heard me. Breakdancing. And we got to learn choreography, and then we're going to battle. I'm going to be on national television learning choreography and trying to do a breakdance battle. Did you not see what happened to that lady at the Olympics with her breakdancing? You trying to make me into a meme, Tyson. You're trying to make these ladies into a meme. Now I am projecting, y'all. I don't do well in learning choreography. You tell it to me now, 2 seconds later, it's out. I don't know. Were we supposed to step left or right first? I am not a choreography girl. I'm not going to remember it. If we are line dancing, I am at the bar because I do not want to mess the crowd up because I just don't know or don't remember. I'm not an electric slide. I'm not no Cupid shuffle. I'm not. I'm at the bar. So this whole breakdancing thing, I was like, Tyson, you really don't like me, do you? If you liked me, you wouldn't have put me on this date. Truly. I'm sorry. I don't know how y'all feel in the chat, and I'll certainly see later on when I close the poll how many of y'all would do the breakdancing date, but I just wouldn't. It'd be like, I'm going to head home. What you're not going to do is put me on here looking like they did. So he said he was discovered through a hip-hop battle back in the day. Okay, that's what he said. Said Catherine said she never chased a man. She was married at 19, and they grew apart. And she has been proposed to many times. Now, Catherine, we like definitive numbers here. What is many times? Okay. What is many times? Hey, Kat, glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. I'm glad that you can dance and win trophies. I can't. Hey, K Sharp, voted, but none of those choices please me. Well, I appreciate it. Maybe I'll have just for UK Sharp, I'll have none of the above. Okay, I'll make sure there's an option for none of the above. I'm sitting at the table with the camera recording everyone. Chicago girl, I'm getting the drinks. You get the recordings. Tyson is no breakdancer. He stinks. Thank you, Just Rhonda. He does. Okay, that ain't the only thing, stinking. You're welcome, K Sharp, because I would have gone definitely for that. Why hasn't she said yes? I'm not sure. Said yes to what? I'm not sure, Bradley. Why hasn't she said yes? And Kat, your picture suspiciously looks like Kat on the show. So let us know if you are Kat from the show. Catherine. Yes, thank you. Let's talk about it all. Everybody, please hit the like button, hit that thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed. So yeah, Tyson ain't no. So Catherine, we need to know how many times you were proposed to. Okay, we need to know how many times definitively. 4 proposals, not Kat. Okay, so it's 4 proposals. I don't know. I'm going to take your word for it until we hear from Kat. TB21, thank you very much. Until Kat clears it up. Until she clears it up, because she said many times. But she does want to get married one more. And they did a little battle. They did a little breakdance battle, okay, y'all? They did a little battle. We're going to have to ask Chicago girl for the footage, okay? But Catherine won that battle. I was like, ooh, Catherine, show them what an empty nester could do, girl. Let them know that you are living your best life. So she and Tyson go, to have some quality time, which is just the next room with the door open so that the cameras could pan to the woman who didn't get the quality time and to them while they're talking. I'm sure we can hear everything from the outside, okay? So she says that she is the president of the chess club from her area. Ooh, child. So Tyson says, I don't know, do y'all believe him? Tyson said his son has been trying to teach him how to play chess because his son is excellent chess player. Now, do we believe that Tyson is trying to learn chess? Or does he know chess and he's just trying to kind of like make it seem like he doesn't know as much? I don't know. So she does say, hey, The queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard, but the king is the most valuable. So, that's where he shares that his son has been teaching him chess. Her daughter, she shares, is in medical school. And Tyson says he wants more kids. And I said, Tyson, did you say that so she would eliminate herself? Did you say you wanted more kids so she would eliminate herself? Because she clearly does not want. So she said, is it a deal breaker? And he said, I'm firm on that. So basically, don't be sniffing around me because I want kids. Tyson, I don't know how kids gonna fit in your life. I'm gonna phrase it that way. But Catherine is more mature and more sophisticated, he says, but maybe not for him. I've never heard somebody say they don't want a sophisticated or mature woman. See, that's another reason why I'm like, Tyson, you're playing in our face. But we can blame editing. We always blame editing for other things. So maybe we could blame editing for this. So next date we could talk about, okay, let me get the next media asset here, is Carlos's date. So Carlos too did a mixture of the ladies. Remember, Dr. Shawana is in that, gold color in her name because she was the first set of queens. Steph is red and white in the second set of queens. And Demi is from the current set of queens from today. So they go golfing, y'all. And, we didn't see too much other than the conversations. And they said, he said Lexi had a point that he needs to open up. So now you ain't mad at Lexi anymore? Now you ain't mad? Now she had a point. Now you could hear her that she had a point that you need to open up. So the good doctor says that Carlos is like the homie. So Carlos, did you give this date to her just so Janae wouldn't feel threatened? Because she knew, Dr. Shawana ain't about you? But she mocks the ladies, for asking Carlos to be, physically flirting while golfing. One of the ladies, I do believe it was Demi, correct me if I'm wrong, she was asking Carlos to more hold her and show her how to hold a club better, okay? Okay? She was definitely flirting. Like, how do I hold this club? Show me. So... she was definitely like, show me. So Dr. Shawana was laughing, and I'm like, girl, don't laugh. Janae and Carlos maybe, have a connection, but they ain't locked in. But Carlos said he appreciated the effort, but he said his mind is on Janae. See, Carlos is giving us he's playing. He's playing. How is it that you're like, oh, I'm glad she's not here so I can mix with the ladies. Oh, no, now I miss her. Oh, I'm glad she's not here. Carlos is playing too, but we're hearing it verbally. We're hearing it verbally. So when they get home, that was the last date, y'all. That was the golfing date. So that was the last one. So you, of course, vote in the polls. Did you want, what did you want for your date? I'm sorry. Next time will be none of the above. Okay. So they go back home. There's a pool party. Sarah says she won't date a man who's entertaining others because her ex cheated on her, and seeing Tyson with other women triggers her. Then why are we here in a dating competition? Sarah, just go home. Sarah, pack your bag and go home, please. So production asked her who's the ex name because she said it's somebody big in music, and she refused to say. I said, oh, okay, Sarah. Okay, Sarah. So Tari's asking her, so you won't allow him to speak to anyone? And she's like, and Tari's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So Sarah and Tari have a back and forth where Sarah thinks Tari came in with an attitude. Okay? Dr. Schwan needs to lose some. Yes, she does. She does. Yes, she does. So, they talk about attitude, real attitudes. And even though Sarah thinks Tari came with an attitude, Tari says we all have attitudes, but you don't think your attitude should be judged like you judge others. And that's why you ain't got no man, Sarah. Y'all, that was one tense moment. Because everybody who was around there, I believe it was Kat and Janae was at the pool too, and they were having that back and forth. And she's like, that's why you ain't got no man. Everybody's like, ooh, Tari said that to you, Sarah. It was just a ooh moment. It was a ooh moment. Then Tyson decides to do a cold plunge challenge. Who's going to get into this cold plunge with me? Who's going to jump in? He puts the ice in. I'm like, Tyson, we're not here to play. Everything seems like a game. But Sarah goes in first so she could, get up on him. Okay. And then he said the next person is going to come in and, sit on top of, Kat. Kat went in first. And then Tari decides, hey, you know what? I'll just go in. So when Tari gets in, Kat tries to tell her, you got to just sit down in the cold plunge. Just plunge. Tari, y'all, belted out. She was screaming. I'm not going to burst your ear bubbles, your ear assets with that. She was screaming to high heaven. And it almost sounded like that scene from When Harry Met Sally. It almost sounded like she was getting to the promised land, the land of Oz. She was screaming like Tyson was putting it on her. Like Tyson was putting it on her. She was screaming. And Janae just thinks it's too much. Y'all remember somebody else said Janae is very, demure and mindful and think almost everything is too much. But she thinks Tari is, doing a fake, orgasm sounds, and it's doing too much. Sarah says she doesn't want to be with someone who wants multiple women. Sarah, why are you here? It is a dating show. Why are you here? So Titus does call Tyson the Black Hugh Hefner. And he said when you put too much helium in a balloon, it will pop. And he says, Titus, y'all, says Tyson needs to take the process more seriously so the women will take him seriously. Gold star for Titus O'Neil. Thank you very much. Yes, Tyson is not serious about finding a woman. Tyson's just here to hang out and have a good time. He's just here to have a good time. He's sounding like the Lil Wayne song, all the girls of the world. I'm just here to hang out with all the girls of the world that y'all have in this house. That's what he's sounding like. So, Titus, thank you for telling Tyson he needs to get a grip. So, y'all, we have the elimination mixer, and we have the queens that were placed on the bottom. Okay, the queens that were placed on the bottom who have a chance of being voted out. These are the queens. And I'm like, the OGs are down bad. There are 2 OGs in here. The only OG not in here is Janae. The OGs are down bad. So it's Catherine, who is in the newest group, Liliana from the OGs, and Dr. Shawana. I thought there were other ladies to put on the bottom, but hey, that's just my thought. So Liliana is frustrated and confused AF. Why is she here? Now, Titus says that Ariel is now his top pick. That's why Dr. Shawana is here. Catherine does go talk to Titus and say, don't count her out. And Titus, compliments her dress, and, she compliments his style. And he, talks about he grew up poor. He made style through cutting out the fashion and putting it on poster boards and, putting stuff together. She said she did the same thing. Now, if y'all did the same thing, all I know with cutting out fashion poster boards was for my, when you had the paper doll, when you used to cut out the paper dresses to kind of hang on the shoulder and around that flat paper doll. But apparently some people do this, and I know many people who go on to be fashion designers. That's one of the things they used to do was just cut out different pieces from magazines and kind of put styles together. But Titus does share he does not want to have any more kids. And he and Catherine are basically in the same place in their life. Empty nesters, don't want kids. So I'm wondering, hey, Titus, did you find another lady that you can definitely bond with? Tyson now talks to Liliana. And she's like, why am I here? And Tyson's like, can we talk about something else? What else are we talking about, Tyson? What else can we possibly be talking about? This is the elimination mixer. This is the only time I'm going to have to talk to you about it. And now, can we talk about something else? So why are you here, Tyson? Why are you here? Because clearly you don't want to talk. At the elimination mixer, where you're supposed to tell her what's going on. That's what the Pete said. The Pete said at the elimination mixer, you're supposed to get clarity. You're supposed to either get closure or you're supposed to learn what can you do differently if you stay on. Now, Tyson, can we talk about something else? Why are you avoiding this, Tyson? Are you a natural at avoiding tough conversation? So he said, it's just about who he's connecting with in the house, and he's connecting with more with other people. She's like, I thought we were connecting, but here I am again. He said, but the past few days were really good. And then silence, y'all. Awkward silence. Neither of them speaking. And Liliana, like me, is thinking he's hiding something. And Tyson says he has a problem having tough conversations. Why are you here? Why is this a tough conversation? You got like 10 other women in the house. Why is this a tough conversation to let go of one? So Liliana, is a girl after my own heart. She says, am I leaving or am I staying? Is he scared to tell me? He has to be mature enough to tell me. Am I staying or am I leaving, Tyson? Speak up. Speak up. He's just not speaking about it. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all, that's the end of the episode. They did not tell us who got eliminated, but these are the 3 queens on the bottom right now, the elimination mixer. But the preview shows us that they're bringing a matchmaker who finds a woman for all 3 of the kings. And I'm like, y'all dragging this out. Tyson ain't want nobody. Carlos, I don't know. He may tolerate Janae for a while. And Titus is the only one I feel is making an effort, but he could be just playing better in my face than the rest of them. But I have a feeling that Titus is looking for someone. Definitely. I really think so. So my thing is the matchmaker. Why didn't we use a matchmaker to find these ladies? Why are we bringing a matchmaker now in the next episode to match the men up? Or why didn't you have the matchmaker say, hey, these are the ladies that were aligned more for each of you, and this is why we picked these ladies? That would be more fun to me. Like if they say, hey, we picked Janae because we thought Janae would match better with Titus, but then Janae matched with Carlo. That would have people's heads spinning, okay? That will have people's heads spinning. Hey, Kat, I hope you're certainly enjoying this live. But y'all, what are your thoughts? Let me go. I have to end this poll, y'all, because I need to see what did y'all vote on? Which date did y'all prefer? Okay? Which date did y'all prefer? Oh, okay. Let me end the poll. And it looks like y'all prefer the Titus football and bowling pins. Second is Carlos golfing, and Tyson's breakdancing is the last thing. I guess we didn't like the breakdancing. Okay. Kat had asked if you were the cat from the show. This is merely fun and games for them, just entertainment. Yes, it is fun and games, but again, the queens have spoiled me. The queens have spoiled me in that thinking that a relationship will go past when the cameras are done. And I don't see anyone other than maybe Titus trying to definitely have someone pass the camera time. Okay? Dates with food. That's the dates you want, dates with food. Y'all give me too many options for this poll. Ari Badley, bad memories from the Olympics. That breakdancer, that's exactly what I thought of. I said, Tyson, why are you making these ladies a meme? You didn't pick ladies, who dance or do something of the sort. Why are you trying to make a meme out of them? Because it was like, don't bring back the Olympic memories. Oh my word. Hey, Marshall, Montgomery favorites. Definitely the ladies that could have been in elimination. Or other ladies. I definitely have my picks that could have been in elimination. Okay, let me pull up the other ladies. Who could have been elimination? Kat could have been in elimination. Sarah could have been in elimination. I mean, Kat and Sarah, I don't know. Sarah don't like the fact that Tyson is dating the others. Kat, let me take y'all comments down for a moment. Kat ain't, she just told Tyson at the previous elimination that she was feeling him, but I don't see anybody vibing off a Kat. So I'm like, what are we doing? They probably won't remember these ladies' names after the show. Preach to go to Africa. They ain't gonna remember half these ladies if they remember one lady's name. I don't think they will. But definitely on elimination, it seems like the OG queens, it seems like coming in first, you might be out first. But I think Liliana, based on the the elimination queens, I think Liliana and maybe Catherine may be gone. But hey, Titus just talked to Catherine. Maybe he'll save her. Because it doesn't have to be two queens gone. It could just be one and he has a date with her and then decide. But there are other queens. I agree. There are definitely other ladies that could have been eliminated. Heck, I want to eliminate just one of the kings. Tyson can go. Sorry. Or Tyson could just be the host at the house. He ain't really dating with a purpose. He is not. Tyson is not. He's here for, giggles and laughs and have a good time. He doesn't want to have a tough conversation at an elimination mixer. What else would you want to talk about, Tyson? And you don't even make a suggestion for the conversation. You just let us sit there and awkwardly look at each other in awkward silence. Come on now, Tyson. We grown. You're supposed to be a king. King's supposed to be what? The most valuable piece on the chessboard. Act like it. Act like it. I don't like what he's portraying here. He's portraying, I'm here because I'm under contract. That I'm here because I'm under contract and I'm just going to have some fun. But the other side of this, Tyson, is if your queen is here, even if she's not, okay? Even if she's not, Tyson, how would your behavior be perceived by your future queen? Jumping in this ice bucket with these two ladies, being in the pool and hugging. How would your future queen view this behavior? Would she appreciate this behavior? Would she understand that y'all are just playing? Okay. Now to go to Africa, we like messy around here. He could have been a queen. I don't think any of the kings would be looking for him. None of the kings here will be checking for him. None of them. But Tyson probably would not do a show where he's one of the men to be chosen. I think he definitely would do a show like this where he is the one choosing. And he's not choosing. He's choosing. You know what he's choosing? He's choosing to mix with everybody. Mix with everybody. Have a good time. Make sure everybody's having fun. Not have hard conversations. So when the time comes for you to pick a queen, is that when you're going to have a tough conversation? I mean, really, Tyson is giving me, remember when he introduced himself? He's like, look at his face. It's very mischievous. That's what Tyson is doing here. He's just mischievous Tyson. And I really don't like it. Now, Carlos, you're giving me double talk. I'm glad Janae ain't here because I can mix with the other ladies. She ain't on my back. She ain't watching me from across the room. And then, oh my gosh, she's not here. I'm thinking about her. Make up your mind, Carlos. Make up your mind. Titus, okay? Titus got Ariel, has knocked Dr. Shawana off her pedestal, but you don't want Brianna. The way you touch Brianna by her neck and shoulder, that was the homie. That's the kind of hand you put on somebody's shoulder to keep them at a distance. It's like, hey, I like you, but I don't want to hug you. Hey, we good. I'm going to give you some kind of touch, but it ain't no romantic touch at all. Titus ain't into Brianna. Brianna could have been on the bottom, but she won the game for him. So I think it'll be probably in poor taste or poor form to do that. But what we did not see is we did not see Brianna get at least I didn't notice Brianna get quality time with him, just like Tyson, whoever won got quality time with him. I didn't see quality time Carlos had, unless riding in the golf cart with Steph was quality time. And I did not see Titus have quality time apart from the ladies. Okay. I didn't see whoever won got quality time with the other kings. Okay. But y'all, that is my recap, review, reaction on these kings in King's Court. Please make sure you like the live. Keep on, talking in the comment section. But please make sure you understand, Friday, we are doing El Cid Unscripted, where the chat talks about it. And we got to cover the music of the 90s and the continuously going 2000s, okay? Then on Saturday at 5 o'clock, I already have the thumbnail up, y'all. We're going to be doing Project Runway. We're going to be covering Project Runway 5 o'clock on Saturday, because Project Runway has 2 episodes coming on. What? Coming on Thursday night. And you know why? You know why we're doing it? I got to show you, because I absolutely adore Law Roach. And let's see him here.
Image architect, Law Roach.
You ready? Oh, I hated it.
Hate is such a big word.
It's a short word. It's only 4 letters. Bravo, my love. Love tears. They feed me.
I love tears. They feed me. They feed me. I love Law Roach. I can't wait to hear his comments from the very first episode. And we do have a Meet the Designers where you can see what the designers, traditionally have shown. And we had a good kiki there. So Saturday at 5 o'clock is going to be Project Runway. We'll be here for however long it takes us to go through the fashions. It's just going to be like, this is what it is. Some people had a mix up in the room, but we go hit straight to the fashions, and y'all are going to give your honest opinion. So yes, definitely unscripted. It's Friday. Saturday is definitely Project Runway. And Saturday mornings, I have Alone, episode 7 coming out, so y'all will know. Yeah, 90s era music. Kat, you missed out. Last week we covered 60s, 70s, and 80s because it was a celebration that I crossed 500 subscribers thanks to everyone here. So definitely we have a music segment, but we talk about anything the chat wants to talk about. There is a post in my post section. So if you want to suggest a topic, we start with whatever is under the post, and then the conversation goes anywhere at all. So we'll be doing the top 10 of, for the whole 90s era. And then we're going to be doing the top 10 R&B. I may mix in some other stuff too. So we'll see. But we definitely love music around here, and we mix it in with Friday. And y'all, I was in another content creators live, and some people came at me in a good way on their live saying, yo, you need to bring back unsolicited advice. You need to bring unsolicited advice back, because I am enjoying it. I'm caught up with the 30 episodes. You need to bring it back. I was accosted in that content creators live to say, when you coming back with unsolicited advice? So y'all, it's just on a hiatus because Love is Blind is coming back, UK season 2. I also cover that one. So we're going to fit in unsolicited advice some way, somehow, so I don't get jacked up again in these YouTube streets saying, girl, when and where is the next episode? K-Sharp said facts. Not K-Sharp, you're not on my side. You're not on my side with unsolicited advice. I'm just trying to be I'll do it maybe one time for the week. One day out of the week, I'll do unsolicited advice. And I may just do one story during unscripted, just so people kind of have a taste of what unsolicited advice is like. But y'all, this has been fun. I see I cannot count on K-Sharp to protect me in these YouTube streets. If anybody talking about unsolicited advice, y'all, that's just where I bring stories and questions from the internet, usually Reddit and Instagram and now TikTok, where people are asking the internet for advice, and we give our advice here. I give mine and the chat gives theirs. And we have a good kiki, and we use all kinds of innuendo. And you know what we do? We are just a little bit shady.
I hate to be shady unless I really have to. I hate
to be shady unless I really have to. But sometimes people think I'm mean. But I don't think I'm mean. I think I agree with Nene here. This is a clip from Nene and when she interviewed Peter Thomas.
And you're a meanie to most people.
Am I mean?
Mean as fuck.
Oh, Peter, please.
Peter, please. That's what I'll tell y'all. Peter, please. I'm not mean. Sometimes people think I'm mean, but I'm not. Y'all have a great evening. Yes, enjoy spending time with all of you here. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We have lots of stuff coming up this week, and you don't want to miss out. I really enjoyed you, and I'll see you on the next one.